So today is probably the best day ever on the channel. Hey everybody, welcome back to Everyday Barbecue. My name is Mike, and today I'm going to introduce to you the newest and by far new flagship cooker for the channel. This is the Lone Star Grillz 24x36 offset. I'm going to do a quick tour, a quick review of this, and then we're going to do our first cook. It's coming up right now. Okay, so real quick before we get started with this video, I finally have a website. It's everydaybbq.net, and there's merchandise on there you can purchase. There's lots of ways you can support the channel. I've got a blog that I'm writing on maybe once a week. I'm going to try to increase that if I can, but I'm really excited to have gotten that done finally. Also, please visit the site. Please sign up for the newsletter. It's towards the center of the front page of the website. I'm going to be putting out newsletters every month, kind of recapping what we did the month before and talking about what's going on in that current month. So please make sure you sign up for that list. Now it's time for me to introduce to you my new flagship cooker. And keep in mind, I have some lawnmowers going here, so bear with me on the noise, okay? So this is the Lone Star 24x36 offset cooker. And guys and gals, I'm gonna tell you what, this cooker defines the word tank. When this thing got delivered, it was delivered literally in its own house, in a crate. It's an extremely heavy cooker. There's really nothing to assemble. Everything here is already assembled and put together. You just pretty much have to uncrate it, wheel it out, and get it into your yard. Now, my yard's a little bit unique, and I have some weird hills and grades on the side of the house, so I actually had a friend of mine, the same guy who did this concrete slab, which the new Lone Star resides on now, that helped me out by bringing out his Bobcat, and we very carefully got it into the bucket and brought it and set it here. And I'm real grateful. Jeff, thank you very much for your help. And if any of you are local here that are on my channel, if you need any concrete work done, I got a guy for you. If you got a guy, don't worry about your guy. You got to use my guy. That's how we say it here in Chicago area. Now I'm going to walk around the cooker with you here real quick. Keep in mind, a lot of the stuff I'm going to show you, it could be an optional upgrade, it could be standard. I didn't really differentiate between the two, and I don't remember, I don't have the spec sheet in front of me. But check out their website. There'll be a link down in the description, and you'll be able to see all the features and options that you can get with this cooker and any of their other models. Okay, so for starters, I did opt to upgrade to the heavier and thicker firebox. I believe this is a 1/2 inch, I think 1/4 inch is standard. So up here in northern Illinois, it gets pretty cold. I opted for that 1/2 inch firebox upgrade because I thought it would be more fuel efficient and a little bit easier to hold temps in cold weather. I do plan on doing a lot of cold weather cooks with this. Now this cooker is already heating up for our first cook. I'm gonna be doing ribs today, but I did take some B-roll, so I'm gonna show you the inside of this firebox. I also have the fire management basket in there, and I started my fire today with a small bed of Fogo charcoal and a wood split on top. Now here on top, first off, everything on this cooker is heavy. I mean, it's crazy heavy. Now here we have a flat top griddle. You can use this as a warming plate for a pot of beans. You can do smash burgers on here. You can cook up some vegetables, whatever you like. And I'm gonna open the firebox to show you one more thing that I probably forgot to take B-roll of. But up here we have a cooking grate, which is actually a grate searing station. You can pull that griddle top up and you can sear all your steaks from the top, or you can move this plate down to a lower level and sear your steaks on the inside right in the firebox, say if you're doing a reverse sear. Now if I can ever find a good tri-tip around here, which right now can't find a lot of anything for reasons that you probably all know, but if I can ever find a good tri-tip, I'm gonna knock that out on here with that reverse sear technique. So there's cool touch handles on this cooker everywhere. Here for the firebox, here for your vent, here for your griddle top, and here for your lid. Now this also has the counterweight on top, which makes this lid much easier to open up than if you didn't have it. I mean, I'm telling you, this thing is absolutely heavy. It is like a tank. That counterweight really helps, and it's a lot more convenient, so I love it. On the back of the cooker here, and I took some B-roll for this, I do have some spot here to hold some tools. I've got my fire poker and my ash tool here. Now I did opt for the collapsible front shelf, and I have dual true temp gauges here on the front so that I can monitor both sides. I went through the seasoning process on this cooker about a week ago. That's about a 5 to 6 hour process where you hold the cooker under 250 just to seal all that paint inside and get everything broken in. And part of that process is to adjust your tuning plates. Now I had my tuning plates adjusted to about a 0 to 5 degree variance between the right side and the left side at the grate level, monitoring that with my Inkbird here. So I have it tuned in really well. Now the one variable was when the afternoon sun came up and started beating down on the cooker, there was a little bit more of a variable, but the way I see it is a lot of the cooks that I do are either going to start real early in the morning or perhaps even be overnighters if they're going to be long cooks. So I don't think that that sun situation is going to be a big deal. And I'd rather tune it for the times that I most likely am going to be using it. Now naturally I got my beautiful Lone Star Grillz smokestack here. And you know, I want to mention that there's so many really awesome offset cookers out there on the market. The Lone Star brand is just, it's so meticulous, it's so refined. If you look at these welds, all these marks where all these pieces come together, these welds are made by people who are taking their time. They want everything to look good. So this isn't only an awesome cooker, this is a very well refined cooker. It's a beautiful cooker. And I take a lot of pride in ownership of it. And you can tell Chris, the owner, wants people who buy these to take pride in ownership. So here on the side you have a push or pull handle to be able to move the cooker around your patio or porch. I also have the probe port here, which I'm using. That's just an easy way for you to get your probe inside the cooker without having to run it through the lid. Now there are 3 different wheel options for this cooker. I opted for the 8-inch wheel upgrade. The standard wheels I believe are 4 inches. They're all plenty sturdy, and there's also competition wheels that you can get for this. I didn't opt for that. These 8-inch wheels are going to be plenty for me here just to move it around this area where I'm cooking. Now this valve here is an option. It's for basically if you wash the inside of the cooker or if you have any water in the belly, because this cooker is designed where you can actually use it as a water smoker and it will hold water in the belly. This would be your drain valve right here, and I believe that is an upgrade option. I've also got a temperature management probe port here. This would be if you have one of those devices that does automatic temperature management, you'd use that port. And then I have a gas assist port there if you wanted to use gas assist. And down here you have a very sturdy shelf to hold tools or wood splits or anything that you might want. Now that's a quick tour of the smoker. I've got this thing preheated. Preheating takes about an hour or so with this just to get all the metal soaked and get your fire dialed in the way you want it. I'm sitting at about 240 degrees. I plan on running this between 225 and 250, so I'm already locked in. So I've got some baby backs inside ready to go that I just scored the membrane on and seasoned up with my buddy Joe's barbecue seasoning. We're gonna do our first cook today with this, and who knows, later I might throw some more stuff on, we'll see. But I hope you have fun hanging out with me. Next is gonna just be to get these baby backs on and get them smoking. All right, here we go. Now these baby backs, one's a lot bigger than the other, so I know one's going to be done before the other, but whatever. Slim pickings right now at the grocery store. We can't complain. It just kind of is what it is. And once we get them on, we're just going to kind of push these together. So the way that these set is the way that they're going to cook, so I like to push them together just a little bit. Get that stupid alarm to shut up. Sorry about that if it was loud in my microphone. Okay, so we are officially cooking. Now I'll bring you guys back maybe when we're about 3 hours in. We'll see how we're doing. I expect this to take somewhere between 4 and 6 hours. I'm sure the bigger ribs are going to take longer, but we'll just play it by ear. And I might throw some more surprises on here later. So just settle in, hang with me, and let's see how this first cook goes. I'll see you in a bit. All right, everybody, it's been about 3.5 hours, and I spritz these about once an hour. I've put in probably maybe 4 splits, maybe 5, I don't remember. And it's been holding in that 225 to 250 real well. So after I put in a split and I open the door and I give it some oxygen, of course the temperature will spike a little bit, but it settles right back down. So one thing I really noticed that I like, a little different than like a Kamado, where if the Kamado gets soaked with heat, like if you mess up with the vents, it takes a while to come down. This is really adjustable. If you close the vent down a bit, it'll come back down in temp really quickly, so it's very easy to keep and hold in good temperatures. So I put some hot dogs on here for my family for lunch while we were, you know, putting these ribs on and making these, and they all were ranting and raving about how good they were. So I just threw them on the top shelf, Smoked them for about a half an hour at the same temperature that this is running at. Everybody loved them. I tried it. It was really amazing. Very unique flavor, so I have to say that. Let me get this open. We're going to spritz these, and I'm going to just kind of show you where we're at. Now you can see we've got a beautiful mahogany color here. I'm already getting some pullback on the bones. It's been about 3.5 hours. This rack in the back is pretty puny, so that's going to be coming off sooner than this. And I did rotate them once throughout the cook. So, you know, we've decided that we're going to do some jalapeno poppers and some sausage and stuff. So I'm going to give these a quick spritz, go inside, prep that stuff, get it on here. I'm not going to really do a whole lot of footage on that, but I will do a taste test on everything at the end of the video. I'm not going to wrap these ribs. Typically, I just don't wrap ribs. I don't like to. I like to preserve the bark on the outside, and you're going to get them plenty tender even without using foil. So let's give these a quick spritz. This is just water and apple juice. Nothing special. There we go. I'm going to get this closed up. I'm going to get my other food prepped. And I'm going to do some B-roll for you the rest of the way. I'll bring you back at the end of the video for the taste test and kind of the summary of everything. So just enjoy this footage, and I'll see you at the end of the video for the taste test. Thanks for hanging out with me today. So there we go. Everything's done. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about how the cooker performed, and then I'm going to dig into this. The cooker held temps beautifully. Like I mentioned earlier, you put a stick in when you need it. Temps boost a little bit, but they settle back in. And I'd say I had to tend to this every 45 minutes to an hour by adding a stick or poking the fire, something like that. But it performed beautifully. The color that this cooker put on my food, absolutely incredible. The Lone Star offset has greatly exceeded my already high expectations. Now, if you've ever thought about a Lone Star, I'm going to put a link down to their website. It's not an affiliate link or anything, but you can go check out their website and just kind of get to know what their products are like. This was the one that I've really fell in love with, and I couldn't be happier. I just couldn't be happier. But before I cut into this food, don't forget, check out everydaybarbecue.net. There's some cool merch there. It's a little bit of slow shipping now for certain reasons, which I don't want to go into. You already know what they are. But I really appreciate your support. Now, my jalapeno popper recipe, I'm gonna put a link to a video up here for you to check it out, because I didn't really go into detail on this video, but I'll link you to that video. You can check out my exact recipe. Only difference is today, I cooked it on the Lone Star. So let's cut this stuff open and give it a try. The juice in this sausage is incredible. I hope you saw that just coming out of there. I'm gonna cut a piece here. These were cooked to 165 degrees, and then I rested them for 10 minutes in foil. Just take a look at that. All right. Man, that is incredibly juicy. All right, let's get into one of these poppers here. I'm just gonna grab a bite right out of this. That's incredible flavor. Beautiful color, inside and out. Just look at how juicy that is, folks. Unbelievable. All right, here we go. That came right off the bone. No surprise. That smoke flavor is crazy good. Be with you in a second. Clean off the bone. Some cookers have like a very unique flavor that they impart in food, and I can tell that this is going to be in that category. The depth of the smoke flavor in this food is absolutely incredible. So I'm super impressed. I can't wait to do more videos on it. Stay tuned. There'll be a lot of videos coming up on the Lone Star. Anyway, listen, I hope I answered all your questions. I hope you enjoyed the video, and thank you very much for hanging out with me today. If you haven't already, please hit that sub button. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think of what I did out here today. Take care. Till next time, I'll see you on the next episode. All right, let's go.